Welcome to this live stream. We are going to talk about the power of your soul star. So get ready. I'm going to see if I can put a comment or a title. Hopefully you can hear me this time. Welcome if you are new to my world. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you've been around for a while, I'm also so happy and honored to have you here. So I've been wanting to do this live stream for a while, but it's really interesting. I kept wanting to know exactly what we were going to share, and the intention behind this is to almost be a representation of what self-trust is. And so I kept being guided to just show up, and that then we will know what is next, right? So I wanted to start off by letting you know that if you are new to my world, I want to let you know that I have a powerful offer for you this month, in the month of June, which is called Sword of Truth. So this is a 5 audio bundle, and it also includes a frequency activation on June 20th, which is in this month. And the doors for this activation close on June 17th before the evening. So if you have been called to work with me in any way, I strongly recommend checking out the link for Sword of Truth and seeing if you want to step into that, because from now on, anytime you want to do Divine Fire Alchemy with me, this is always going to be the first step. It's always going to be the 5 audio bundle plus the next group frequency activation, which in this case is pretty soon. The next activation I have will be all the way in August. So if you step into Sword of Truth between now and then, you will have to wait until August to have that first activation. That's if you're doing the group work, right? So if you've been called to work with me and you're interested in amplifying, magnifying your entire soul flame so that you can live this life as the divine fire queen of your life that you already are, that it is your birthright to live as and live out in this lifetime, I strongly recommend that you check this out. Message me if you have questions. These audios are really powerful. They're all from my private collection. They've been recorded by me. They're in my voice. They are in the English language. However, it doesn't matter what language you speak, because the vibration and the frequency of the healing, the transformation, and the alchemy that I've encoded in there is extremely powerful. And depending on what your exact intention is, for example, maybe you're looking for weight loss, or you're looking to release toxins, or maybe you have a hard time focusing on what is your true path in this life. Maybe you desire more self-confidence. Maybe you desire more self-trust. Whatever it is that you're looking to amplify, the answers are already in your soul flame. You have this capacity deeply at the root of you. You have lived many lives. This is not your first life. But when we are able to activate our soul level gifts, it emanates out into our entire body and our life. Our relationships change, our thoughts change, the way we live our life changes. And you get so much of your power and energy back that you can make new decisions and lead your life according to what you came here to do. Because we didn't come here to this life to follow a path that somebody else designed. Our path is always going to be very specific and individual to us. And in my opinion, it is extremely important that we get really good at knowing, this is my soul. This is my inner voice. This is my intuition. This is my inner wisdom and knowing on this topic, on this decision, in this relationship. And I'm going to make the choice that is perfect for me. It is really important that we do that, because otherwise this life is short. We don't have all of our life to quote unquote figure out, where we're going or how we're going to do that. All we need to do is tap into our soul truth and our soul wisdom, and we will be led along the way. But if you've been feeling stuck in your life, and you've been feeling like, I hope I'm going in the right direction, but honestly, I don't really even know what I truly want. I don't know what my values and desires are. Then you already know that subconsciously there are some things that you need to clean up and clear out of the way, especially if you're a highly sensitive person. That also means that you're highly powerful. So if you've had any experiences in the past of any kind of trauma or abuse or even physical health or illness, that may have left a residue on your life force system. And when you release that with completion, with finality, which is what my work is absolutely designed to do, the level of life that you get to live is so different. This is the level of life that I call instinctual action. If you had a lion come to your front door, or if you had a really difficult, challenging situation happen in your life, at that time, you don't have time to go look it up in a book or ask someone or call a friend and be like, well, I'm not really sure what to do in this situation, right? It's your instincts that rise up. And in that moment, if you don't have access to your highest divine wisdom, if you're not able to speak directly to the divine life force planet, the divine life force energy and power of our planets, of our galaxy, of our entire cosmic celestial experience that we're here to have, if you're not able to access your own voice in that moment, you will not know whether you're stepping forward in a direction that is actually true to you, or you're just following what you think you should do. One of those paths is going to lead you directly back to yourself, and the other one is going to lead you to a place that you will eventually have to turn around from. Because no matter if 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years go by, if you've been following a path that was never actually yours, you will have to turn around. Because what happens is our power gets trapped inside of us. Our soul force starts to feel stifled. We start to realize that something is not working. You know, there's like a pile of physical illnesses, or there's a pile of this, or you're feeling like drained. There's always an indication that XYZ is not working. And when you reach that point, you are going to have to turn around and connect back into who you are, who you came here to be. I strongly know and believe that each person on this planet, every human, every soul, we have a very specific, powerful, divine mission in this life. And that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to start a business or you're working in your mission in that sense. Your divine mission gets to be enacted by your presence on this planet, by the choices that you make, by the way that you connect with your family, by the choices that you make for your family and with your children. All of these things impact the legacy of human civilization for over 24 generations. The life that you're living today and the choices that you're making are going to have a massive impact not only on your life, but in the life that you leave behind for this planet, for these children, for your children, if you choose to have any. So it is extremely important that you know who you are. In my life, I would have never realized how much power I actually have. I would have never realized that had I not had the courage and strength to remove what wasn't working. Whether that's relationships, whether that's boundaries, whether that's clarity, whether that's understanding, hey, I'm getting this thyroid markers in all of my tests and my blood reports, and they keep saying that they want me to take XYZ for a whole lifetime. Like, what is going on here, right? Like, when that happened to me, what I did is I went inside and I asked my body, which is part of the work that we do. We get really good at knowing exactly what is the core truth of anything that is happening in our life. I asked my body what my body needed in order to heal. I did that. It was not someone else that gave me the answer. No one else, no one other than you can even answer your own questions. And this is why, to me, the biggest gift that we can all give ourselves is to create that openness and open up the access channel to our own soul flame so that we can stream through the power that we are capable of streaming through in this lifetime. When you have access to your own divine wisdom and intuition, that is when you will know by yourself what to do in any given situation. No one else will be answering your questions. You will become the lioness queen that you are. You already are her. But we pick up so much weight, so much drama, so much chaos, so many thoughts, ideas, feelings, behaviors that don't even belong to us, right? When we were a soul, we were so pure. We were so connected to our divinity. We knew exactly what we were. Our purpose in life was to be joyful, to be pure, to be delightful, to be in touch with love, to be in touch with divinity, to be in touch with God. Life was so simple from that vantage point. But when you pick up all of these things and then you refuse to drop them, it will hold you back in life. It will hold you back in life. And usually there's 3 ways that it manifests. One of them is enmeshment. You get enmeshed in relationships, culture, society. You become so connected. It's almost like there's like this big, giant, massive cord tied from all of your body to this ideology and this person or this way of being, right? And there's nothing wrong in being really, really dedicated and connected and in devotion to a way of being. Our culture is so powerful. It is so important. It is so important that we feel held by our ancestors and by the culture of our blood, right? But when you get so connected to it that all you're doing is questioning yourself and your self-confidence and your self-respect and your self-trust is not powerful, this is not helpful to you. Enmeshment is not helpful. We are not supposed to be leading our lives according to a rule book. We are allowed to go within and ask God directly, what would you have me do in this situation? What is the right path for me? But then you also require the courage to follow the inner wisdom and the guidance that your body, that your soul force, that divinity gives you. When you have access to such a high level of wisdom and information that is running through you, when you can hear the voice of God, you also require the courage to follow that path. What is the point if you open up your access to that level of divinity and you don't allow yourself to have the courage to follow that path? There is no point. Enmeshment is the first place we see this. Number 2, trauma. There isn't a person on this planet, actually maybe there are. There are a lot of people on this planet who have not experienced severe trauma or abuse in their life, and I am so happy for them because they hold a pillar of pure, healthy love, unconditional relationships, true unconditional relationships. They are so important to our lives. But those of us who have been through any kind of pain, trauma, abuse, we know what impact that has on the body. I see so many people who have been impacted so deeply that they believe that the best that they can do is simply tread water and survive, and this is the best that I can do. And I get that you feel that this is the best that you can do, but that's only because your nervous system, your entire soma, your entire soul flame, conscious mind, subconscious mind, your energy aura, and your physical body is currently still under the duress of the abuse and trauma, and you don't realize that. That is called learned helplessness. You didn't grow up to be a people pleaser. That's not a behavior. That's not a quality of you. That's not who you are. You're not a people pleaser. You don't need to fix that. You don't need to learn a boundary script. All you need to do is release that trauma from the entire system of every dimension of your being, and you will never, ever need a boundary script ever again. Because in any given situation, you're simply going to know what to say. You're going to trust your emotions. You're going to trust your emotions. When you have sacred rage, you have sacred anger. When you have sacred grief, you will trust that this emotion is showing me something. I am not going to ignore it. You will naturally know what you need to do in any given situation, and you will flow through life. That is the instinctual action experience that I want for you. You don't need to learn these things. You don't even need to learn how to speak to children. There is so much that I could teach about that. I have a master's degree in early childhood education. I taught children in preschool for over 10 years. I'm an expert in the subconscious mind. I know what helps children. This is why I am so powerful in the subconscious with you, so that we can shift, alchemize, and permanently change the patterns in your DNA and subconscious baseline. This is why. But I don't want to teach you how to speak to children, because if you don't understand already by yourself how to speak to children, and you don't understand that you do not lay a hand on children, you do not touch them, you do not hit them, you do not yell at them, you do not berate them, you do not shame them, you do not criticize them. If you don't already understand that, there's a reason for that. And the reason is because you are doing that either to yourself, you're allowing it to be done to you, or you haven't learned the healthy relationship with yourself. And if you haven't learned that healthy relationship with yourself, there's no way that you can have a healthy relationship with your children. Children are innocent. It's our job to be the most healthy version of ourselves, so that what we interact with in the world becomes this powerful light force pillar of pure love and pure divinity. This does not need to be taught to you, my love. It does not need to be taught to you. When you come back to your soul, to your instincts, you will automatically know what is okay and what is not okay. Society is loud right now. Society is so loud right now that if you do this, you're a good person. If you do this, you're a bad person. Society is so loud right now. But all you need to do to live your life and to do the absolute best that you came here to do as a soul is to simply make sure that you can hear the authentic voice of your soul. When you can hear that authentic voice, you will naturally know what to do. Your presence is needed here. Your healthy, whole, complete presence is needed here. So we remove the enmeshment, we remove those patterns, those societal trainings, all of these things that say that you have to do these things a certain way. If you're at this age, you have to be married. If you're at this age, you have to have children. If you're at this age and your career isn't over here, you haven't done it wrong. All of these things, this enmeshment needs to be released. Number 2, we release the trauma. My nose ring just fell off. This is kind of how I get. I'm very passionate about my work. I'm very passionate about each of you feeling and being and having access to the full depth and width of your life force power. It matters. It matters that you feel alive. So number 1 was the enmeshment. Number 2 is the trauma and abuse. I have to be really serious about this. Do you know there are people who have, for example, diabetes, right? And it's showing up on their blood markers, right? But you go in there and you do a single session. I hope that doesn't mess up the audio. And you go in there and you do a single session and you release a past exaggerated fear response of trauma, of wherever it came from, of what was leading to that heightened expression of your physical organs and bodies, right? Like it could be insulin, it could be something else, it could be high blood pressure, right? One of my clients had that. You could have all of these markers be coming up in you, whether that's toxins, weight, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, right? Where it's clear that something is out of balance, right? And you do one trauma release, my friends, I have seen this time and time again, and it clears. It clears the exaggerated fear response of trauma from your body. Do you know what that is? Your energy is just stuck there. You just didn't, and some of these things are just shocking, right? Like if you had an experience that was shocking, you might not even remember it, but your body remembered it, and your body's like, oh my gosh, never go near an ocean again. Oh my gosh, never drive a car again, right? Because it got scared, and that makes sense. We this is an animal meat suit body. Like our body is designed to support us, right? And to be like, okay, this is not good. We're not going there. But you clear the fear response, and literally people do not have high blood pressure ever again. Ever again. This is on the menu. If this is on the menu, isn't that the level of life that you'd like to lead? I really believe that it is. Because when I healed all of these things in my body, I didn't even know they were on the menu. I didn't even know it was on the menu. I was told that I had a rare incurable disease. I had an open wound for almost 2.5 years. I was putting burn bandages on it. They wanted to cut off part of my body, do surgery, right? And I was just like, I don't understand. Like, what exactly do you think is wrong with me? And they're like, oh, well, we don't know, so we should just like cut it out. And I'm just like, no, you cannot cut out parts of my body. You don't even know where this came from, right? And then I went and I did my divine fire alchemy work, and I reorganized all of this at the soul flame, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the energy aura, and the physical body, right? Because it starts at the soul and it goes into all 5 of these dimensions, and then it snaps into place. And it had to do with this trauma and this fear and this rage and this sadness that I was holding on for so many years from my childhood. And as soon as I released that, within 3 days, this whole part of me started healing. And within 9 months, it was completely healed. If you've seen my story, you've read it anywhere, I'm going to update my website because the story needs to be on there. It was a big deal, right? And it's completely gone because I released the emotions and I addressed the trauma and abuse, and I made sure that it would never happen again because I'm going to feel all my feelings. Why did nobody mention that this is on the menu? That's how I figured it out. Like, oh, I'm just healing all of these things, and I didn't need to take all of these, pills or things to make sure that happens. And I just realized that there is such an impact that the trauma and the abuse and the stress and whatever feelings and energy that we're holding on to has an impact on us, right? And number 3, the thing that happens is some of us, some of you are so powerful, so sensitive, so perceptive. You are quite literally psychic geniuses. You have so much multidimensional information coming in. Am I surprised that you have migraines? No. Am I surprised that you are so present that you feel like you have ADHD and all you can do is be in the present moment? No. Because you have so much access to divine cosmic genius. That is your genius frequency coming through, and you get to reorganize those channels and get rid of anything that is stuffing up the field, and you will be clear. You will be golden. Because I truly believe that we go through certain quote unquote bigger life experiences, maybe once or twice, whatever it takes for us to recognize our power and come back to our soul force center, because our body and life and God and divinity and the cosmos is like, you are way too powerful. You are way too powerful to be not living out your pure soul jewel genius gifts. You're just way too powerful. So I'm just going to keep knocking at the door. That is power that got stuck in your body and manifested as something else, right? And when you get rid of that, now I have all this power back, right? I have all of my power in my own access. I get to choose and decide how I live my life. And this is the beautiful part, my friends. This is the beautiful part. Now you can do things. Now you can be creative. Now you could start a business. You could expand your business. You can become the frequency beacon of the exact magic that you came here to bring through on this planet. You can now do all of these things because you have access to your whole healthy, in your core center self. You have access to your magnetism, to your power, to your creativity. Now you can put it somewhere. Now you can do something with it, right? But we really need to take those first steps of understanding what is my energy, what is outside energy, to have a really powerful psychic fortress field and energetic boundaries so that we are not getting drained all of the time, right? So this is all things that I can extremely deeply support you in embodying. This is not information. I'm not going to sit you down and have you do a class. You're literally going to do it in your body, and once it's done in the body and you water those seeds for 30 to 90 days, it's permanent. It's permanent. I just want you to know that the level of power, magnetism, creativity, and sheer life force power that you feel and see and witness from me is not an accident. It's not an accident. I just had to get rid of all of these things that weren't working for me, that were stifling me, that were suffocating my soul. My friends, you came here to live. You are a divine being, a divine rose that is meant to live and bloom. It is your birthright to give yourself the love, the nourishment, the food, the financial income. Everything that you get to have in this life is meant for you, my love. You are meant to live beautifully. You get to get rid of these things that might be enmeshing, these things that might be weighing down your soul star. And you get to release that trapped power and funnel it towards something that makes you so happy. You came here to live this life, and that is my ultimate highest dream for you. So if you are called to me in this work in any way, I strongly recommend you join us in Sword of Truth. That will give you a beautiful introductory option, and those audios are the ones that you see all of these testimonials about, right? There's so many testimonials. I just posted a whole bunch more. Please go back and read them, and you can just see that each audio is just so powerfully coded to the intentions you set, and you keep these audios for a lifetime. You're literally having like an at-home session with me, and you can use them anytime. You could even turn one on and go to sleep and not even have to be present for it, and it will do its work, and you will wake up with your access to your intuition and the answers that you need, right? And it's not me, I am simply guiding the power that is going to open up your own heart, your own magic, your own genius. So having those audios for a lifetime is an absolute no-brainer. Plus, when you step into this, because we're doing the group frequency activation, which, by the way, if you can't make it at the exact time on June 20th, that's okay. I will send it to you as a distance healing. It's not like Reiki, but I can send it to you as a distance healing because that's one of my gifts. I'm able to track people's energies across the planet. So I will send that to you. You will be walked through that, so you will receive the impact of the session, even if you're not available to come live on the Zoom call. But since it will be your first experience with me, I would love to have you live. If you can prioritize that, that will be to your highest benefit. Because when you come live, I will also go through each person's intentions, and I will make sure that they are each super crystal clear, so that when we do the trauma release in the session, you're like, okay, this situation, we are getting rid of it for once and for all, whether it was sexual trauma, it was this, it was that, we are clearing it out from your body. This is for those things that you're just like, oh my gosh, can I please stop thinking about this? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm so done with this. I don't want to go to talk therapy about it. I just want to be over it and done. Like, I want to move on, right? So we'll just get rid of all of those things, move it out from your permanent connections to all of your fascia and all of your spine, everything. We're just gonna clean it up. And I actually recommend that you just jump in for all 8 sessions. So this session is in June, but I run 6 sessions throughout the year, and there's one more in August, right? So total of 8 sessions. If you have healing to do, this is the most cost-effective way to jump into all 8 sessions. So go ahead and click the link in my profile to check that out, or message me. I can send it to you. I can send you the link by hand as well. Because if you're like, you know what, I want to do this, and this is a price point that I can do right now, get inside, do all of that work. You're going to be a completely different person the day of this session, you're going to be a completely different person, but within 3 months, your entire life is going to be so different. And if you're listening to my voice and you are feeling deeply activated and you're a soul-led CEO, message me. I have something called Soul Jewel Extraction Sequence, where I'm extracting your greatest alchemical gift, your transformation that your clients naturally get in your presence. So that's going to be something that's really powerful for you, especially for visibility, branding. I am able to see the frequency, the colors, the textures of your exact gift, which will help you position it as art and you as the artist, which will help you so much to create something that is not only visually stunning, but potent. Because you are gonna know, this is the exact thing that my clients experience. I can bank on this. Like, you'll feel really confident because it's something that is so natural to you. And after that, if you're interested, I have a VIP option where 5 weeks we hash out any of the subconscious things that you need to do, get rid of around visibility and all of that, plus a psychic biz concierge. So if you're interested, if you're a soul-led CEO and you're interested in my psychic genius wisdom drops on everything about you, because I can see your soul on impact, message me and I'll get you started over there along with Sword of Truth. That would be perfect. And last but not least, if you're here to work with me privately, if you feel my energy, my frequency, my presence, and you just know that I'm the one that you've been waiting for, that you are meant to be part of my work and this work and for us to walk together, I would be so honored to welcome you. I only take a limited amount of people in my private work. So once it's full, it's full. And once we do a certain amount of work together, if you so choose, there is a monthly option where you could continue for as many months or years that it feels like an aligned fit for us, where we do a session a month and we have that support just like really present for you. One of the things that I do so well for my clients, especially when they are, connected to their divine genius, they're connected to God, divinity, spirituality, however they see it, and they're here to put out something in the world that has never been done before. You're doing something for the first time. You are the iconic genius of your soul jewel, your genius frequency. You are the only one who has the exact gifts you have. One thing that I do really well for my clients is I support you. I support you in holding that frequency so clear, and you do not become enmeshed with your work or your field or your clients or your audience. You just hold such a pure frequency so that no matter what happens, you do not move. You have the strength of not only me and my divine light team, my angels, my spiritual guides, but you start to become this person that is able to hold your own and your work like a powerful, potent force field. Your clients, their results are going to skyrocket because of this clarity and this precise fit frequency field that is going to rise up from your work. It is powerful. So if you're interested in working with me privately, whether you are a soul-led CEO or you're just this powerful, sensitive, perceptive human being who has big things to do as a mother, as a woman, as a man, as a king or a queen of your life, I would be so honored to welcome you. So I hope you enjoyed this live. I feel like this is what it was meant to be. So here we are. And I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of the day. If you find this and you are on the replay, I would love to know what is hitting for you, what is landing for you. Message me if you have any questions. Remember, the Sword of Truth option closes on June 17th, midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'm not able to take people after that because you have to do your intake form. Like, there's a lot of setup that I do, and I want you to feel really relaxed and in your frequency and ready for the activation on the 20th, which, by the way, coincides with the summer solstice. So we have the highest peak of the sun just like raining down those cosmic codes. At the same time, we're going to be clearing out our soul stars and just having that space to like bring in the magic and allow your divine life force power to even emanate out even more powerfully, magnetically, to expand your heart radiance and visibility. So I'm so excited for those of you who are stepping in for this one. It is called AMRUTA, Goddess of Eternal Nectar, and she is a golden, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful expression of Lakshmi. So if you are coming with us to that session, I'm so excited to have you. I know it's going to be such a potent and powerful frequency. It's just, you can feel it even now in the room. Is very, very powerful. And the beautiful part is when you come to that session, you get to have that frequency integrated permanently, and I'm going to give you an integration audio so you can layer it and code it in over and over again. It is also a divine wealth activation, so I'm so excited to share that with you. So let me know if you have any questions. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you in this world. If you're again new, my company is called Awaken Purandri, and Purandri is an ancient Vedic archetype of the warrior queen. Who there was one who was called Purandri, but she is the one who has enough love to nourish and cultivate an entire civilization, but also enough strength and valor to protect an entire nation. So that is who Purandri is. And if you are here in this lifetime to step into your highest form as the queen of your life and to cultivate that level of love and connection between you and your own divinity, and to live your life with that power and strength of both the masculine and the feminine. I always look at it as the rose and her thorns, right? Our feminine heart, our feminine love just wants to bloom and be sweet and present and soft and surrendered, but she can do that because she has her thorn, she has her backbone, she has her masculine power, and she can protect herself. She can say no easily, she can speak her truth and speak her mind. So if you are here to become Purandri in this life, I deeply invite you into this session on June 20th. And I also forgot to mention, if you are a past client, if you're already an audio bundle client, you can actually enter just that activation on June 20th alone. Just message me. It's $188 for you guys because you guys are past clients. So I'm always happy to welcome my past clients in at the alumni rate. Just make sure that you step in before June 17th if you want to be there for that. And again, it's called AMRUTA, which is the goddess of eternal nectar, and she is the form of Lakshmi. And we will be connecting with her presence and energy on June 20th. So if you hopped on this live, thank you so much for being here. I'm thinking of you and sending so much love your way. Bye.